honeybees.
Welcome to our fascinating journey into the world of honeybees, where we'll uncover the incredible lives of these industrious pollinators and explore the vital role they play in sustaining our planet's delicate ecosystem. Honeybees turn nectar into honey. There are about 20,000 species of honeybees in the world. Flitting from flower to flower, they feed on nectar and pollen. Honeybees are super important pollinators for flowers, fruits, and vegetables. This means that they help other plants grow. Bees transfer pollen between the male and female parts, allowing plants to grow seeds and fruits. Almost 90% of wild plants and 75% of leading global crops depend on animal pollination. 1 out of every 3 mouthfuls of our food depends on pollinators such as bees. Crops that depend on pollination are 5 times more valuable than those that do not. They can see colors and detect smells that we cannot sense. This is how bees see. Having the quickest color eyesight among animals, they can swiftly distinguish individual flowers, allowing them to efficiently locate and gather nectar. While humans see color on a spectrum from red to violet, bees see color on a spectrum of orange to ultraviolet. This UV sight helps honeybees to see their flowers more clearly. A honeybee can leave its hive, fly for miles, spot the perfect nectar-filled flower in a field, and find its way home again. Thanks to their weapon, eyesight, bees has fantastic eyes. Just like humans, they can see a wide range of colors. Unlike humans, they can see light invisible to the naked eye, ultraviolet. While we might see a white flower, a bee will see a flower covered in an ultraviolet bullseye. Bees can see UV light, thanks to their large compound eyes, but also through 3 small eyes on the top of their head, called ocelli. They have the fastest color eyesight in the animal kingdom, enabling them to pick out individual flowers at speed to quickly find nectar. Bees have their own GPS. Bees use their UV eyesight to see invisible patterns of light in the sky and use these patterns to navigate back to the hive. Bees can even navigate by sunlight on a cloudy day. UV light is essential for bees hunting nectar, allowing them to see the world in a unique way perfect for pollination. Honeybees live in hives, or colonies. The members of the hive are divided into 3 types: queen, workers, and drones. Queen. One queen runs the whole hive. Her job is to lay the eggs that will spawn the hive's next generation of bees. The queen also produces chemicals that guide the behavior of the other bees. Workers. These are all female, and their roles are to search for food, pollen, and nectar from flowers, build and protect the hive, clean and circulate air by beating their wings. Workers are the only bees most people ever see flying around outside the hive. Drones. These are the male bees, and their purpose is to mate with the new queen. Several hundred live in each hive during the spring and summer. But in winter, when the hive goes into survival mode, the drones are kicked out. If the queen bee dies, workers will create a new queen by selecting a young larva, the newly hatched baby insects, and feeding it a special food called royal jelly. This enables the larva to develop into a fertile queen. They produce honey as food stores for the hive during winter. Luckily for us, these efficient little workers produce 2 to 3 times more honey than they need, so we get to enjoy the tasty treat too. The average worker bee lives for just 5 to 6 weeks. During this time, it'll produce around 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. The queen can live up to 5 years. She is busiest in the summer months, when she can lay up to 2,500 eggs a day. Honeybees are fab flyers. They fly at a speed of around 25 kilometers per hour and beat their wings 200 times per second. Each bee has 170 odorant receptors, which means they have one serious sense of smell. They use this to communicate within the hive and to recognize different types of flowers when looking for food. Hives include 1 queen, hundreds of drones, and thousands of worker bees. The worker bees are female, but they do not breed. The queen bee is female and creates all the babies for the hive. The drone bees are male and do not have a sting. There are at least 2 trillion bees worldwide, divided into 7 families and about 20,000 species. Honey lasts forever. It's one of the very few foods that never spoils. People have found honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, and guess what? It's still good to eat after thousands of years. If you put honey in a tight-sealed container, it can stay good forever. Why? Because honey has a special thing inside that makes a natural preservative called hydrogen peroxide. Sadly, over the past 15 years, colonies of bees have been disappearing, and the reason remains unknown. Referred to as colony collapse disorder, billions of honeybees across the world are leaving their hives, never to return. In some regions, up to 90% of bees have disappeared. Let's play our part in supporting these brilliant bugs, gang. Why not plant flowers rich in nectar, such as lavender and bluebells, which will help bees find the food they need? And when you are buying honey, try to choose natural honey and varieties that are locally made to support our honeybees and their beekeepers.